What's up, Facebook? What's up, what's up, what's up? All right. Y'all know I have to share this, so I'm sharing this on my personal page, in my group page. Let's see. Epic Boss Babes. All right, I have some amazingness, if that's even a word, to share with you today. And I'm so excited. All right, so that posted in the group. Let's post this video to my page. All right. Done. Okay, so, hey, hello. Kendra Woods here of KendraKWoods.com, and I am so excited right now. Like, I'm really trying to, like, calm myself down, because I'm so excited. It's that excited, like, nervous feeling that you get, right? Like the butterflies in your stomach and all that good stuff. That's how I'm feeling. Hey, say hi, whoever's there. Because I have an amazing message to share with you, number one. And number two, I have something really exciting that I want to share with you that I created just for you. And so I'm excited about both the message and the reveal, if you will. So I'm just trying to get myself, like, calm down, Kendra, calm down. I remember when I was in high school, really throughout all of, like, elementary, middle, and high school, I played basketball, right? I played junior varsity and varsity in high school. And I remember game day, and I remember that feeling of pure, excitement, the butterflies, me and the team, together, hyping each other up and getting excited and just ready to get in the game, right? And so that's kind of how I feel today. And I kind of took myself back to high school. But anyway, so let's chat. I want to talk to you about your current reality, number one, and how you can get past it, right? And this topic is something that is definitely resonates with me big time, because this is something that one of my mentors said to me at one point. Like, she was doing a training and she said this, and I thought, oh my God, like, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm fighting my reality. And so so I just wanted to hop on and talk about that, number one, and tell you, how you can move past, made in a place where you're not totally okay with, how you can move past that and actually change it, right? Because we absolutely have the power to change our circumstances, our outlook, the way that we see things. We have the power to do that, right? And so that's what I want to share with you today. When you guys hop on, let me know who's here. Say hello, and let me know who is here. And maybe people are, and I just can't see the comments. But anyway, so let's talk about that a little bit. So I'll share my story about this here. And so when I heard my mentor say this during one of our trainings, she said, you've got to stop fighting your current reality. And at the time, that totally resonated with me, because I was so full of just, angst and urgency and frustration, because I wanted things to be a certain way. I wanted things to change, right? And it was actually like earlier this year. And my situation was, I was in my 9-to-5, right? And working my business on the side. So like at night I would come home, work on my business, and on the weekends and all that good stuff. And I've been doing that like for the past year, right? And so I was just so ready to step out here and be into my business full time that I literally spent a couple of months earlier this year, like, just fighting the fact of where I am at, right? Or where I was, I should say. And thank you so much for the love hearts. And so I was fighting it so bad. Like, I didn't want to be there. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. Like I had gotten to the place where I was so clear on my purpose and what I was to be doing. I was clear on my message. I knew that, that my tribe and community was out there, and I wanted to be there full time doing what I loved, right? Yet I was in this space where I was working for somebody else and I wasn't really happy with it. And, I knew that I had more value to offer. I knew that what I was doing was not what I was supposed to be doing, right? And so it was one of those things where my soul was just like, no, this is not what you're supposed to be doing, right? So every day, I'm sitting at my desk at work and I have that nagging, feeling, that pit in my stomach that's just like, oh, this is so not it. But, when you're an adult, you're married, you have kids, it's like you just can't hop up and be like, all right, bye, see you later, because you have responsibilities, right? And so when I heard her say this, when she said, stop fighting your reality, I thought, oh, wow, that's what I'm doing. And so here's the nugget that's in there. By staying in a space where you're fighting where you're at currently, then you're not allowing yourself to move forward into the new space that you're destined to be in, right? So while I was, in that space, fighting, frustrated, stressed out, not happy with this, not happy with that, wanting to be walking and, in my purpose full time, I was putting so much energy into that space over there that when I look back, I was taking energy away from my purpose. I was taking energy away from my business. I was taking energy away from my community, my tribe, the content, which I'm really, really good at putting out great content, great live streams, blogs, valuable content. I wasn't doing that because I was so stuck in this space, right? Who's with me on that? Give me an amen, a high five or something, and let me know that you hear what I'm saying. And maybe that is you in that space that I'm speaking of, where you're just like, this is not working, right? And you're like, something's got to change. Well, here's what did change, right? Riri, thank you. So here's what did change. What changed for me is I sat down and I said, oh my gosh, I've wasted so much time. Oh, thank you. Is that Donata? I am horrible with names, you guys. So if I mispronounce your name, don't hold it against me. But thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know you're there and that you resonate with this. And so what I had to do is I sat down and I was like, yeah, this isn't working, Kendra. You want to get here and you have this vision before you that you want to see come into fruition. I was working on it daily. Oh, awesome, Donata. Thank you. I was working on my vision daily, like literally in my journal, in meditation, in prayer, working on my vision every single day, right? And so I got to thinking, okay, well, if I'm doing this, then I'm doing it in vain, because then I'm turning around and I'm complaining and I'm stressed out about it. And in my head, my thoughts were like, this is not where you're supposed to be, Kendra. You're supposed to be here, Kendra. You should be out there doing this, Kendra. Why are you stuck behind this desk doing this, Kendra? You should be out there, running your business full time and, and speaking to your community and all this good stuff. So I was canceling out all of the positive work that I was doing to move forward, right? And so what I then had to do is step back and just accept where I was. And so that's where the change happens, you guys. Is whenever you're in that space where you're like, don't like this, I need to move out of it. You've got to get to a place of acceptance where you look at your reality, and maybe it's not what you dream about right now, but choose to look at it and accept it and say, all right, this is what it is, right? For whatever reason, circumstances happened, choices happened, whatever. And so this is where I am at today. This is where I'm at. But that doesn't mean that's where you have to stay. I'm not telling you to settle and say, oh, okay, well, this is my current reality. So, woe is me. I can't do anything. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, yes, accept it, but then do the action steps every single day to get you closer to your vision. So Riri says, yeah, that's what I need to do, accept where I'm at. Yeah, and I totally get it. Totally get it. And, for so long, my poor husband, I know his ear was so sick of hearing me well, babe, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I just feel it inside and and I would just be going to town. And I know he was like, oh my gosh, what needs to happen here? But so yeah, so I sat down and I said, all right, Kendra, here's what it is. This is the current situation. At the moment, you need to work this job. So let's be happy about it, right? Let's be happy about it. Let's be grateful. And so I turned to accepting where I was at. And then I also turned to gratitude and changing my thoughts and turning my thoughts to a place of gratitude and being grateful for the fact that, that I had a job, number one, and that the job that I had was pretty, pretty low key. It wasn't like a high, stress position. It wasn't, I didn't have my boss like literally hanging over my shoulder, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? If I needed time off to go do things for my daughter or for doctor's appointments, I had them. So I switched to a place of gratitude and started thinking about what is working right in this current situation right now, right? So number one is acceptance. Number two, get to that space of gratitude and look at your situation and say, all right, so what is great about this right now? What is good about this? Okay. And then the other part of that, once you do that, is continuing to work on your vision. And so I shared in my group, Epic Boss Babes. If you're in that group, and Riri, I believe you are, there's a video that I have there where I, what is it called? It's called My Manifestation Reveal. Right. And I shared with my group, how I was able to get myself from working in a 9 to 5 to actually being full time in my business in, I think it took me like 97 days. Right. And I had a goal of 55 days, but it took me 97 days, but that's okay because we made it. Right. So watch that video in the group. So, and so I sat down and I literally was more intentional and purposeful with writing out what my vision was and what that looked like, right? And then you also got to get to a place of thinking, like forward thinking and saying, okay, if I were already there, So for me, that was, okay, Kendra, if you were already, full-time in your business, what would you need to be doing every day, number one? And then number two, what does somebody who is full-time in their business, who is successful, who's showing up every day, what is that woman like? How is she showing up every day? Is she showing up confident? Is she, putting out her content every day? Is she selling her products? Like, what is she doing? What kind of energy does that woman have, right? And so I started looking at my mentors a little more intentional and looking at them and saying, okay, so I see what they're doing here. Like, my mentor, she's showing up every single day and she's providing some sort of value to her tribe, to her community. She's sending me emails like every day, helping me, get my vision in place and helping me move forward. She shows up and she's confident. She's transparent. There were times when, maybe she wasn't having the best day, but she would say, hey, look, I'm not having the best day, but here's what I'm doing about it, right? She was open, honest, all that good stuff. And so I said, okay, those are the things that I need to do. And so that is what I started stepping into. I started stepping into that space of having unshakable confidence, right? And I'm a pretty confident person. But there were moments where I was just like, I don't know. And I said, no, we have got to step into that space of confidence. We have to step into that space of unwavering belief in ourselves and in our ability. And we have to step up and start owning what it is that we desire, right? So let's have some conversation here. Let me know, because you all tell me this resonates with you. So let me know where you're at. What is your current reality right now that you're looking to change? So where are you at right now? And then what is your forward vision that you're looking for? Share that with me. I'd love to know. So I had to get myself in a space of, all right, who do I need to step into, right? Who do I need to be? And I had to get my thoughts in order. I had to release a few things, right? I had to release the whole outcome of it has to happen now, right? Because in my head, my goal that I set was, all right, I'm going to be full-time in my business in 55 days. That was my goal, right? And I was holding on so tight to that. And I had to get to a space of accepting that, okay, this is my goal. I'm praying about it. I'm writing it in my journal. I'm meditating on it. But let's just release the outcome that it has to happen, right now, or in that 55-day time frame. Let's release that and let's allow the outcome to be the outcome, right? And so, okay, so you're saying, so right now I'm unemployed, but working on a couple different visions. Awesome. Awesome. So are you taking action on those visions daily is what I would ask you next. Are you taking action on those visions daily? And so I had to just release the outcome and say, okay, the outcome is going to come if I keep showing up every single day and doing the work and doing the actions and doing my daily activities. I am going to catch up to my vision, right? And that's the other thing that I would love to share with you all as well, is everything that you want is already out there, right? And I know you've probably heard that before and you're like, yeah, okay, that sounds great. Everything I want is already out there. But here's the thing. Everything that we desire, that we have inside of us, the dreams we have inside of us, they're absolutely real. The nudges that you get to, embark out and have your own business, the vision that you have of, speaking to thousands of people, the vision you have of writing your own book, or, the vision you have of coaching and mentoring, other professional women, coaches, online entrepreneurs, whatever, that vision that you have is absolutely true. It is totally yours. It's totally yours, right? And the only thing that we have to do, the only thing that you have to do then is work on yourself, work on shifting your mindset, work on being intentional, work on releasing the stuff that needs to be released so that you move closer and closer and closer and closer to your reality, right? To the future reality, right? And so it's taking what's in the future and bringing it to you now and saying, okay, if this were now, if I were there, what would I be doing, right? And acting from that space. Because there's no words to really explain this, but when we begin to act from a space of it's already done, then what we're looking to be done is going to come closer to us, right? It's kind of like, I like to use this analogy like with money. So let's talk about money for a second. Think about money, because everything that we are, we're in relationship to everything, right? We're in relationship to ourselves. We're in relationship to like our spouse and kids. We're in relationship to our money. We're in relationship to our business, like everything that we are associated with, we're in a relationship with it. And we are the common denominator when it comes to that relationship from our perspective, right? So if we're looking at you and money, for instance, if we're saying, okay, what is my relationship like with money? If you have an energy around money of, oh my gosh, I gotta hold on to it. I gotta hold on to it. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, right? I don't want to let go of you. Think about having that same energy with maybe your husband or a prospective, I don't know, like boyfriend or guy friend or whatever, right? If you acted that same way, they would be like, whoa, like back up, like what is going on? Like, why are you being so clingy? Like, why all of a sudden are you like, you don't want to let me out of your sight? You don't want to let me have, some freedom. They're going to back up, right? So the same thing with money, the same thing with your dreams. If you're clinging to it so tight and not giving it that space to actually breathe, then it's going to be pushed further and further away from you, right? And on the opposite end of that, if you're not paying any attention to your money, if you're not paying any attention to your dreams, if you're not paying any attention to your kids or your spouse or whatever, what's going to happen? They're going to start complaining like, well, why are you not paying me any attention, right? They're going to start throwing their own little form of a temper tantrum, okay? Your money will throw its own little form of a temper tantrum because you're like, well, where's my money going? Like, why am I getting all these unexpected bills? Like, what is going on, right? And so there's this delicate, relationship that we really have to cultivate with our visions, with our money, with our dreams, with ourself, with everything. Right? And when we can get to that place where we are tapping into each area of our life and our business, when we can do that and we're touching it and we're putting time into it and we're nurturing it and we're watering those seeds, when we can do that, then we're going to start seeing the growth happen. right? And it's the same principle. And I love, thinking about when I look at nature, it's like a tree is not sitting there struggling to be a tree. It just is, right? And so we can take that same thought about ourselves, right? As women, as business owners, as mothers, wives, whatever. We need to simply own, that that's who we are and that's what we are, and just simply be that. Right? So think about who it is that you need to be, and then be that person. Like, step into that energy of that person. Not telling you to change yourself, right? But one thing that I can tell you for sure is success leaves clues, right? There are millionaires out there who, they have tons of money, but it's not like they recreated the wheel. It is simply identifying the person that you need to be, identifying the characteristics of the person who's already successful, and it's emulating them and putting them into your way of doing things and pressing forward, right? So let me know if y'all have any questions. I'd love to answer any questions you have, around, mindset, around business, around launching businesses, around mindset, whatever. Post some questions there. So, to recap, stop fighting your current reality, okay? And the other side of that is, how do you change it? You get to a place of acceptance, of accepting, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. It may not be what I like, but it's okay. This is how it is. And then number 2, getting into a space of gratitude and looking for the things that you can be grateful for right now. Right? I wish I had my Bible, because there was something I read yesterday or the day before in my Bible, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, so what the scripture is saying is that we need to practice gratitude, right? And so I saw it in the Bible, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a biblical principle, practicing gratitude. So practicing gratitude for where you are right now. And then, number 3, aligning yourself with the vision and the person that you need to be, right? Working on that vision every single day, taking daily action every day, putting yourself out there every day, not being so clingy and tied up to the outcome, right? But allowing the outcome to be what it is, while knowing and having an unshakable belief in yourself that as I take actions every single day, I'm going to get there, right? It's impossible not to. If you're taking action every single day and you're disciplining yourself and you're stepping into the vision of who you need to be, it's going to happen. It just is, right? So that is what I wanted to share with you today, part 1. Part 2, I have something so exciting to share with you. But if you have questions, go ahead and still post them, and I will answer those. But here's what I want to share with you. I have finally, it's taken me like 2 weeks. I have been for the past week, pent up with all this amazing energy. I'm like, I gotta let this out. So I'm finally opening the doors again to Breakthrough Bootcamp. I'm so excited. I opened this program earlier this year in April. Is when I did the first round of Breakthrough Bootcamp, right? And it was a program that I came up with in 2016, and then I rolled it out in 2017, finally. And we had our first round of it back in April, and I think we went through April and May, because it was a 6-week program. Well, I'm opening the doors again, and I'm so excited because now instead of it being a 6-week, it's now a 7-week program. So I've added more content. Clearly, I have evolved and grown since then, so I'm doing it live. And so I'm going to do each, week a live training instead of using the replays that I had from earlier this year. But let me tell you about it, okay? Let me tell you about Breakthrough Bootcamp. And I've got my information here because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So Breakthrough Bootcamp, again, 7 weeks. It was 6 weeks. So it's 7 weeks of empowered and intentional elevation to get you clear, on purpose, and in massive action, okay? So this program is for obviously I love working with women. So it's for ambitious women who are ambitious. You know that you're meant for more. You know that there's meant to be more for you in your life. You know that you're here for a reason. You know there's a purpose, right, for you. And you simply just need to be able to get out of your way so that you can actually be in that space, right? And so that is exactly what Breakthrough Bootcamp is going to do for you. And so I always hear, women say, well, I want to change this, or I want to change that, or, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. Okay, well, let's change that, right? And the only way to start changing that is through your mindset, okay? It's through your mindset. So that is exactly what needs to happen. So Alfonso, you have a question. Let's see. Let me get over to my page so I can read all of it. All right, so when did you realize that your entrepreneurship could no longer be ignored? Awesome question. I realized that it could no longer be ignored when it was literally more painful for me to stay in a space pretending that it was okay than it was for me to actually take the step out of it, right? So there comes this time where there was a time where I've always known that I was an entrepreneur, always, right? Since my early 20s, when I finished my undergraduate, of course I went into corporate, but I knew that I wanted my own business. I wanted my own thing, right? But I went the corporate route. I did what everyone said you're supposed to do. I went to school, finished high school, went into college, got my degree, started working in corporate, went back to school, got another degree, then stepped up and the corporate ladder and did all that good stuff, but always knowing that, okay, no, this is not what I want. I want to actually walk in my purpose. I want my own business. I want to speak. I love to write. I'm an author, so I want to write books. I knew that I always wanted to do that, but I was kind of ignoring it and pushing it aside because I thought to myself, well, this is the way that I needed to go. But when it got to the point that I actually launched my business in May of last year, and I started working on my vision, and I started creating programs, and I started working with clients, I was like, oh my God, this is it, right? And the pain of me not stepping fully into that space hurt so much more than me staying in my place of comfort and being in corporate, getting a paycheck every 2 weeks and saying, okay, this is as good as it gets, right? I couldn't do it anymore. And so for me, that was my turning point where I was like, okay, my soul is literally in pain right now. This is not working for me. And I'm a firm believer. One of my biggest beliefs is, when I grow older and I'm on my deathbed one day, I do not want to have that regret of me not going out fully for what it is I believed in my heart was meant for me to do. Right? And so I hope that answers your question, but for me, that's what it was. The pain of staying where I was began to get began to hurt more, I should say, than me actually stepping out and saying, okay, I'm doing this full time, right? And did I have, it's not just me, it's my husband. So I have my husband to consider. I have my family to consider. And so he and I talked about this a lot. And it was a decision that, I'm very grateful for that we were able to make together, right? So yeah, so that's what it was for me. I hope that answers your question. But so back to Breakthrough Bootcamp here for a second before I lose my train of thought. So Breakthrough Bootcamp is for the person who's ready to get out of their own way, right? You're so welcome. You're so welcome. It's for the person who's ready to get out of their own way. And that was me for so long. I was just so stuck in my head about things, about worrying about this was going to work and that was going to work, and my own limiting beliefs and, my own deep-seated belief patterns that I had. And I needed to get out of that. And so that's exactly what this is. And so it's up in your mental game. It's shifting your energy and thoughts around what it is that you truly want to see come to fruition in your life. The thing you've been dreaming about, right? So let me break this down for you. Here's what we're going to be doing. What we're going to be doing is spending 7 weeks together. 7 weeks together working on our beliefs, working on facing our resistance and our critical self-talk that's not serving us, We're going to be talking about the principle of release. We're going to be doing some energetic shifting work. We're going to be talking about self-care. We're going to be talking about your success habits and what they need to be. We're going to be talking about creating a killer morning routine that will instantly shift you into confidence, courage, all that good stuff. So not necessarily fixing anything inside of you, but bringing out of you what's already there, right? Because you don't need to be fixed, right? You just need to be able to tap into the source and the power that's already inside of you, right? And so we're going to be going through all of that. Also, the biggest piece of this that I absolutely love, and because I know it's so important, is you are going to be gaining massive, crystal clear clarity around your business and around your life, right? Because there is nothing more guaranteed for your success than having clarity, right? There are so many, if I were to take a poll right now and say, hey, I want you to tell me, what it is that you want, right? I would get these vague answers of, well, I want freedom. I want my own business. I want financial stability. I want to walk in my purpose. And while all of those are great, because they really are, they are so great, they're not clear, right? If I were to look at that and you were to give it to me and say, this is what I want, and it says to walk in my purpose, I'm going to look at you and go, okay, but what does that mean exactly, right? Like when you say walk in your purpose, what does that mean? So we're going to be spending a lot of time, actually a full week, on you getting clear on your vision for your business and life, right? I mean, clear down to the detail, okay? Because the one thing that I also know for sure is that you've got to be specific about what it is that you desire. Okay, specificity is key in getting you moving forward in the space that you need to be in, right? So let me break down for you what we're going to be going through over our 7 weeks together. I'm going to get to, there it is, there's my sales page. Okay, so over the 7 weeks, here's what we're going to cover. Week number 1, sorry, my mouth is dry. Week number 1 is going to be around what I just said, getting crystal clear clarity and intention around the business and life that you deeply crave to create, okay, in all areas of existence. You're going to learn how to identify what you want, why you want it, and not the surface level stuff that I just mentioned, but the critical, specific, crystal clear things you truly desire. And most importantly, we're going to step into then how do you get it, okay? And so you'll be able to use the techniques that I teach you for life. So what you learn in week 1 is not something that you're just going to have just for that week. You're going to have that for the rest of your life to use in any other area that you want to gain some forward momentum in and break through, right? Week number 2 is titled Say What? Confronting the inner critic, right? So during this week, you are going to finally understand exactly what it is that holds you back, right? Your fears, your limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk, and maybe even some of the things that unconsciously you're not even aware of, right? But when you're going through Breakthrough Bootcamp, we're going to touch on all of those to help you identify every single thing so that you can then step into being the best version of you, right? And you'll be able to work through it. Week number 3 is from resistance to flow. And so we're going to be deep diving into identifying what your resistance is around what it is that you want. And that's a little tricky right there because consciously we want, it's a successful business or we want to impact millions, right? But if there's a part of us that is maybe not on board with that, if there's a belief that doesn't line up with what it is that you say you want, you're going to unconsciously resist it at all costs. Like you're going to sabotage yourself. You're going to put up the wall and you're going to go, no, right? So we're going to be addressing that and getting you out of that resistance and into a space of flow. Week number 4, we're going to be talking about journal your way to freedom. Right? And if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that journaling is my jam, right? Love journaling because it creates results, like period. So we're going to be discussing, super simple techniques that will bring your desires into alignment and into the physical space of realization, right? Week number 5 is all about the principle of release. And so we're going to be discovering the things that you're holding on to, the hurt, the fears, maybe certain situations, whatever they may be. We're going to identify those, and we're going to walk through a process of actually releasing them so that you can shift into your breakthrough, okay? The things that are blocking your ability to manifest your desires are some of the things that you're holding on to, all right? So we're going to talk about that. Week number 6, this is the new week that I am like totally pumped about, is breakthrough to M-O-N-E-Y, money, breakthrough to money. So we're going to be looking at your relationship with money. What is your relationship with money, right? We're going to be deep diving into your beliefs around money and learning how to cultivate a loving relationship with your money so that more of it flows to you, right? So you you are going to be really surprised at some of the subtle ways in which you could be repelling money from you. And then week number 7, shift up or shut up. Week number 7 is where we pull it all together, you guys. We pull it all together. It's time to make a decision. No more excuses. Time to commit to taking action to shift up, all right? So in this week, we're really going to pull together everything, and you're going to create a plan for yourself of what it is you need to do in order to shift into your breakthrough. Right? So we're going to define your purpose plan and get that in place for you so that when you have completed Breakthrough Bootcamp, you will have graduated and you will have had amazing shifts and breakthroughs all throughout our 7 weeks together. But then you're going to be able to also move forward in a space of power, right? So that is all 7 weeks, right? So I will leave the link here in the video for you, but here's what I have for those of you who I know are shaking your head right now going, yes, 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 this is what I need. I have something special for you. For those of you who know that, yes, this is what you need, this resonates with you. I have a fast action takers bonus that I'm going to give to you for the first 5 people, only 5, that step into this course, all right? And so here's what is going to be your bonus for only the first 5 that step into this. Number 1 is going to be my morning manifestation guidebook. That thing is so packed full of amazing, valuable content on how to really create a awesome morning routine. Along with that is going to be my Wake and Slay 1-hour training. Yes, where clearly, I'm talking about the morning routine, but we're coupling the morning manifestation guidebook with this training to really get you owning who it is that you are, coming from a place of intention, coming from a place of confidence, being clear on what it is that you need to do throughout your day so that you can get it done, right? So those 2 together, insane. But you're also going to get a 30-minute breakthrough and alignment session with me, right? So you and I will hop on the phone and we are going to dive deep into getting you breaking through and aligning to what it is you need individually, right? The other bonus is my magnetic boss babe training. I did that not too long ago, and I'm going to include that as a bonus. And so what this training is, it's a 1-hour training on how to be a magnetic boss babe, right? So we talk about understanding how to have full and complete belief in yourself, cleaning up and tuning into yourself, right? And doing that so that it will take care of the outside. We're going to be talking about the importance of your environment and how what you have around you could be blocking you from attracting your desires. What else? We're going to talk about choosing your energetic state, calling in help and taking the cape off, radical self-care. This training is packed full of so much. It was one of my favorites that I've done. So you're going to get that too. And all of that is for those that take the action now to step into this, all right? So what's going to happen in our 7 weeks together, we're going to have a live training every single week, right, at the beginning of each week. And then we're also going to have a Q&A about midweek where you've done some of the work and you get to ask me any questions pertaining to the work, pertaining to your own situation, so that I can help you and propel you through the process, right? And obviously you'll have worksheets and PDFs to fill out and to work out. So nice little handouts that you can print and actually keep like in a binder or something for yourself. And I do have a VIP option as well. If you are one of those who you're like, yeah, I'm a VIP. I've only got 3 spaces open for that. And that's on the sales page. So you can read about that. So I'm going to put the link here in the comments. And here it is. Let me get this in here for you. So you can go check that out. I'm going to say here. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Here is the link for Breakthrough Bootcamp. Paste. Boom. All right. So that is the link for you. You can go there and take a look at the sales page and read through it. Even if you don't take any action, read through the sales page, which is so amazing. You know, the content that I included there is so valuable and amazing. So please do that. And then, of course, message me. Like if you need to hop on the phone with me and you need to talk about, you know, well, I've got more questions. Is this really for me? Let's schedule a call and we can talk about it and see if this is the right fit for you, okay? So I'm going to get off of here. I've been on here for 40 minutes. I think this is my longest live stream ever. So I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a fabulous, fabulous day. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. But leave a comment, leave a question. I'll come back and answer it. And message me as well if you have questions about this. And yeah, and share this video, you guys. If this was valuable to you, then it's going to be valuable to somebody else out there too. So share the video, all right? And I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Remember, never, ever settle. Your best life, your best business ever is just on the other side of yes, okay? Awesome. You said Ashley and I still have and use our Breakthrough Bootcamp tools. Oh, that is so awesome. Good. I love that, Alfonso. I was thinking about Ashley the other day. I was like, I wonder how she's doing. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. I'm glad that you're still using it. All right. Well, you guys take care. I will talk to you again soon. And thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Bye for now.